I'm afraid I have to disagree with the idea of withdrawing police aids to BIPs. That is going to present another danger because the BIPs are going to be the next target, and the government will come back and revert the policy. Instead, Mr. President, the number of military personnel attached to retired generals, there are too many. Let's do something there as well. Not only the BIPs, because there are also BIPs. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Aliyu M. Wamakko remains my name, Sultanos. Mr. President, I would like to second this motion moved by Senator Ashuru in entirety, including the praise therein. President, this motion cannot come at a better time than now, with challenges left and right on both sides of this nation. I think the motion is more timely and therefore deserves to be endorsed by all assembly. Mr. President, the memo has beautifully captured all the problems and challenges. But Mr. President, we are never short of such beautiful write-ups. What is required most is, Mr. President, what action or actions are we taking to address these challenges in our country? Mr. President, instead of rescuing the abducted, why can't we be capturing the bandit and their team leaders and so on and so on? I think that should be what we should be after, not merely rescuing the abducted. It's a country, it's a nation. Mr. President, instead of repelling, we should be pursuing this bandit in their hideout whereby they engage them, bring them to order. Mr. President, we have heard so much on this narrative all over this in the 8th, 9th, and in the 10th Senate now. It is time now to act. We have spoken enough. We have said enough. And the nation has been watching us as their representatives. What are we going to do next? I'm glad in the prayer number 10, he asked for a special committee to review and advise the Senate, but the time given to us is too short. Mr. President, let it be 4 weeks with this committee to report back to the Senate what can be better done. Mr. President, I happen to be one of the security committees in the 9th Senate, and I can see the gadget available in most of the senior security heads. They can watch in the offices the comfort of all the forests in this country. What is missing then? Why can't we make effort to take this forest one by one and come and get them finished, that the nation can have peace? Mr. President, I very much believe that we can do it, and we must do it. Finally, Mr. President, I'm afraid I have to disagree with the idea of withdrawing police aids to BIPs. That is going to present another danger because the BIPs are going to be the next target, and the government will come back and revert the policy. Instead, Mr. President, the number of military personnel attached to retired generals, there are too many. Let's do something there as well. Not only the BIPs, because there are also BIPs. President, like I said earlier, we need to get our act together and see what best can be done to secure our country. Our people have suffered a lot, and they are still suffering. We are living under fear. And the action in the last few days is even increasing that fear. Those of our schools, boarding school, it doesn't make good image of us. We should not submit to this bandit. Instead, they should submit to the power of government and governance. Mr. President, I so submit. Thank you.
Excellency, Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, I am Issa Jibrin, representing the very good people of Kogi East. Your Excellency, I have listened attentively to the comments by my colleagues, and I appreciate them all. But I want to dwell briefly on the issue of confidentiality of the plans and strategies by the military. The military should be silent on their plans and strategies. What is happening between the bandits and the military is akin to games theory. In a games theory, the parties involved want to outdo the other. And the easiest way they can outdo you is to know your secret. I want to believe that there is a need for the military to be as silent as possible on their strategies and plans. Mr. President, I'll give you an example. A few days ago, we were made to understand that some of the forests that are hiding, that where these criminals are hiding, are going to be cordoned off. And the implication of that is that they will strategize. All we should have done is to go into the implementation without making the pronouncement in the public domain. Your Excellency, on this note, I want to appeal to the Chief of Defense Staff, the service chiefs, to be as silent as possible on their strategies. All we want is actions. I thank you.
It's one of the sources of fundraising for bandits. Because all the monies they normally get from kidnapping is to finance or buy weapons to come back as bandits. Then, sir, we are concerned about buying equipment. As much as we have equipment, and a large number of our youths are unemployed, they will be the one that will ridicule the usage of the equipment. But if we sweep numerous numbers of the youths and get them engaged, employed as police, sir, the ratio of Nigeria to civilian ratio is 1 to 700. One policeman to 700 people. Most of our villages are empty. There is nobody around for you to really feel secured. We're thinking of a vigilante. The vigilantes, at the end of the day, they remain like beggars. Because they don't have salaries, they don't have source of funding. If we will rely on vigilante and not paid pensionable security, we will not get a solution, sir. My wish is that in as much as we are going to spend on equipment, we must sweep our youth and engage them as security. It will take away those that will volunteer to do this job. I believe that unemployment is another critical part. I believe also that kidnapping is another way of raising funds for bandits. I want to, as a representative of Plateau Central, I want to thank the president for one thing, sir. This is the first time that when we are affected by these ruthless bandits, this is the first time that we see government presence condoling with us. We lost a first-class chief some times ago. Nobody came. Up to date, we have traditional rulers that are kidnapped. Nobody comes around. But this time, at this session of this regime, we have received sufficient empathy. I believe that if government will have empathy on victims, it will help to create hope in the minds of our people. I thank you.